What is your American dream?
My American dream is that we just stop talking about walls. A society without walls. That's my American dream.
I pray for, everyone to be happy and be at peace.
People come to this country for the same reasons. They try to get away from what's going on at home, and we should embrace each other. Got two things. I hope that Spanish is prosperous for our son Dion, who's 8 years old now, and we hope that he will be taking over our company in the future.
My American dream is I have to successful my every single thing because I have one daughter and my wife. So that's I want my good hard work and give it to them.
My American dream is one day I have my home pancake all over the place.
I'm living it. The fact that I'm able to open up my own food truck and be able to represent my culture and be able to expose it and just kind of create unity representing Ethiopians and Eritreans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! All right, I'm gonna go out and play with my friends the squirrels in the park now. Belgium Kim told me it was really cold out, so I'm wearing her scarf. I don't know, I think maybe Belgium Kim is exaggerating a little bit, but okay, I took the scarf and now I'm gonna go out because I miss my squirrel friends. It's been a minute since I've seen them. Unlike those chipmunks, Chip and Dale, I actually really enjoy hanging out with squirrels. All right, here we go. Ooh. Holy smokes, it's freezing out here. Belgium Kim wasn't kidding. I think I'm gonna have to go back inside and leave the squirrels for tomorrow. Before I go back inside, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, it was pretty epic. We, for the first time ever, got over 1,100 shares. Amazing. And we also showed you Emma's Torch, which is a non-profit social enterprise that trains refugees and survivors of human trafficking in culinary training and job placement. Incredible. Okay, it's freezing. I'm going back inside. For some reason, I'm feeling very tired all of a sudden. Ooh. The weather's changing. It's getting colder. That means I'm gonna get sleepy. Groundhogs hibernate really, really hard. Oh dear. Oh no, I can't be hibernating this winter. I have a job now on Bradshaw Live. Oh dear, I have a feeling I'm gonna be taking a lot of naps throughout the day. I hope Brad will understand. Oh, I'm feeling so sleepy. What's on today's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, you'll just have to watch and see. Enjoy. I'm gonna go inside and take a nap now. Oh no, it's getting colder.
Hello there, folks! I was just actually joking around with Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias because Jillybean was in my ear saying 10, 9, and I go, oh my God, what am I supposed to say? We're gonna go live! Ah! Nah, we're fine. Welcome everybody, it's Thursday, and welcome everybody to Brad Show Live. Hello, Denisha Castillo, first one in. She wanted to make sure. Yesterday she was very mad.
She was.
I did not say hello to her. She even gave me 2 angry faces. She was the first one in the comments today. Make sure I say hello. Jella Shorter, Tamika Nelson, Malia Loban Martin. By the way, and I'll introduce you to my co-stars here in 1 second. But by the way, the best way to get a hello is be first in the comments. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is I'm flipping through my phone, and as there's a lot more comments, I kind of skip through people because I can't read every comment, but I always start at the top. So, Mia. Tamika Nelson, what's going on? Carol Aris Holt Burrell. Ali Boo Harris Morgan, what's going on? Everton Martin. Pauline Williams popping in. Lisa Bling Rose. Of course, she's always there. She is a caps writer, Lisa Blig Rose.
She is.
She is a caps writer. Very excited.
I'm a caps writer, too.
You are a caps writer, too? I never write in caps unless I'm yelling.
I'm an exclamation pointer.
I am never write in caps unless I'm yelling. And then if I say something really obnoxious, I always end it with an LOL like, I'm only kidding. Barbara Lord, Michael English popping in there. Hey, haven't seen him in a long time. He used to pop by the office all the time, right? He's, he's famous for having Bill Murray shoes.
That's his claim to fame.
That's his claim to fame.
Like,
he has
for
a lot
real,
of claims to fame, but
his
that's one of them. His actual
Bill
Bill
Murray
Murray shoes. He saw Bill Murray. It's actually could be a sketch comedy. He saw Bill Murray on the street, tackled him, asked him for his shoes.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. Bill
And
Murray,
he gave it to him?
Bill Murray handed him the guy's shoes, and Bill Murray walked off
Barefoot?
barefoot. And we had the shoes on Groundhog Day, which is the first day that Groundhog Day was introduced.
Wow.
Because Bill Murray was a groundhog.
Those are
those were
lucky
his
shoes.
real shoes. Weird thing. So,
very-
Diana Love, who else? Marjorie Thompson. Now, you obviously don't believe that story, but he does have Bill Murray's shoes.
Yeah.
Wait,
He didn't ask Bill Murray. He didn't ask him on the street for his shoes.
oh! I really was like,
But he,
wow,
but he does
really?
have Bill Murray shoes.
He
That would be a
does.
good comedy thing. Marjorie
gullible.
Thompson, Jealous Shorter. Who else we got here? Overcomer Tammy, Alicia Hicks, Tanisha McNabb, popping in. Asset Lindo, Dane C. Welcome. I always love saying Dane C. Welcome because then I can say back, welcome, Dane C. Welcome. And of course, Princess Martin Uniqueness. I love all the names.
I know.
They get more creative every day, unless that's really her name. Like her mother may have called her Princess
Martin Uniqueness.
Martin Uniqueness. You never know.
That's true.
You never know.
What would your creative Facebook name be?
I don't know. I never thought of it. Right now, my creative Facebook name is
Right.
Brad.
Maybe like Brad Big Daddy Bernstein or something
What
like
about
that.
What was it?
Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Ooh,
Zaddy Brad.
Zaddy Brad. Zaddy Brad. And of course, I got to welcome Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Tell us what's going on in your lives today.
Oh, I just came back from a really dope photo shoot.
Really?
On Canal Street.
Yeah. Who was getting? Who was in the photo shoot?
Me.
You! Of course that it was dope.
Wow.
I thought you were like, oh, I was walking by, saw some people.
No.
And I watched.
No.
What were you being photographed for?
It's this pretty dope photographer that came into town, and I worked with this really big stylist, and they were like, hey, let's do a shoot. And I was like, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
So it was
You
fun.
sound very Hollywood, California.
Yeah,
Hey, you
right?
want to go to the beach? For sure.
For sure. Man, that's one thing I do miss about Cali. Like
Right, the
just going
beach?
to the beach and like
beach?
having bonfires and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah,
What, you don't have a beach out here in Brooklyn?
You can't do bonfires there, can you?
No, not unless you
And
want to
like
be
we
arrested.
had our cars and stuff.
unless you wanna be
like-
arrested.
What are Brooklyn beaches like? Are
Right.
Brooklyn beaches popping?
What? Tanisha McNabb says, Brad, I don't pop in am in here, okay? No popping, thanks. I'm just saying you're popping in. I'm not saying you're popping up and down like popcorn.
But she's saying it's not a pop-in.
Because she's a stay-in.
She's gonna stay.
She's
right.
a long-term stayer.
A pop and stay.
I see. She's not popping in and popping out.
No.
Got you.
She's a long-time stayer.
Professional lingerer.
She's basically cementing herself right where she is.
right.
She wants to make sure
I
you understand
understand.
They're
that.
loitering
I
on that Bradshaw
understand.
Live street corner like you are in the beginning.
I understand. Meanwhile, Abigail Taylor Watson says, hey, girl, what's up? What's up, girl?
Talking to Tamika.
I don't know. What's up?
She's talking to Tamika.
What's up, girl?
What's up, girl?
What's up, girl? And Tamika says, I'm here, hon. Obviously, nothing going on with Tamika these days. All right. Belgium Kim, what's going on with you? That's cool you're in the photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we have any pictures yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Where are we going to see these pictures?
Hopefully in a magazine soon.
A magazine. Mm-hmm. Like Playgirl?
No. Definitely not Playgirl.
I don't know.
Did they give him $150,000?
I'm starting low and I'm making my way up.
Hustler for her?
Yeah, right.
Is there such a thing?
Hustle
I don't
her.
know. Hustle her.
I only know Playgirl.
Instead of a hustler, it's hustle her.
Oh, is it really?
No.
By the way, the guy Bill Murray gave the guy his shoes off the street.
Took him right off his feet.
So, Belgium Kid, what's going on with you quickly?
I was not at a photo shoot today, Brad. Although I did get I did go pick up my new shoes. That's as exciting as my day got today.
What kind of shoes?
They were from Alto.
Ooh.
And
Are you wearing them?
I'm wearing them right now. I sure am.
Let's see your flexibility and.
No.
She'll be in the hospital. No.
Yeah, exactly. Look
there
at that.
she
You
is.
see the end of my shoe.
These are nice.
Boom.
Yes.
Okay. Yo-yo.
Look at this. Yo-yo looks like he's got a foot fetish there.
He does.
Maybe he does.
Like a little bit.
Maybe you
Brad
got
was
you
a
have
little
a foot
scared.
fetish.
Brad was scared. He's like, no.
I thought you were gonna take a shoe off and start massaging your leg.
I mean, like one toe in the mouth is okay, right? As long as it's not the full foot.
All right, so everybody's doing something today.
How was your day, Brad?
My day, I saw clients,
Okay.
and I saw more clients.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's what I did.
You were.
You didn't give out one of your free consultations yet,
No,
though,
because
right?
we haven't pulled from the
See,
from
we
the
ain't
machine.
forgot about that
From the
yesterday.
machine.
We ain't
Most
forgot
people
about that.
call it a drum.
Not.
I call it the machine.
The machine.
The machine. So should we do that first?
I feel
I
like
mean,
yeah.
I
Let's
feel like let's
they
give
wanna
the
know.
people what they want.
Yeah, they want to know.
I thought they
who
wanted
gets
to
it.
hear the news about Donald Trump.
Yeah. Do you want to make them stay tuned?
Or they
want to.
or they want to.
I think they want to know.
Or do they
Y'all want to know who won?
Or they want to know who won. All right, I can't take this suspense anymore.
I can't handle
All right,
it
so I got the
either.
machine here. Where is it? Right there. Okay. And every time I do the machine, I got to put on my carnival hat. Am I doing this right?
Yeah,
the
you're okay, you
machine
got
I
it.
got to put on my machine hat.
Right.
Your machine.
Because if I don't wear the machine hat,
Then you can't.
I
you
can't do
spin
this.
the drum.
Right? Because
Drum.
now,
Whatever the
now
hell
I
it's
look like
called.
the carnival guy.
Yeah.
Come this way.
You should have like a cane.
Oh,
or
look at
something.
yes. Come this way, ladies and gentlemen. All right, step right up.
Right.
Step right up.
You can guess ages and weights.
Yes.
There's some coming out.
So,
yeah.
just for people who are just tuning in and didn't tune in yesterday,
Right.
I promised. I promised a free consultation with me
Yeah.
for if we got to 900 shares.
Yes.
I promised 2 free consultations if we got to 1,000 shares.
Sheesh.
And I promised 3 free consultations if we got to 1,100 shares. If we got to 1,150 shares.
You can do
and what does that prove? That proves that Facebook actually counts shares.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? It proves it actually. Oh, we lost a few down here. Belgian
Oh.
Kim.
Why does he always say your name?
Oh my God!
Don't read it. Don't even read it. Don't
Oh my God! These are 2 huge people.
Oh,
they're
in
watching
the
every
running.
day, and they're just going back in.
Oh, maybe you should just do it that way.
No.
Whichever ones
That
fall out.
No, I gotta.
The
I
first
gotta
3
pick.
that fall out.
I gotta pick. So we're gonna pick 3 from the bit.
Yep.
Now, how did we get these names? These are people who are part of the Brad Squad. How are you a member of the Brad Squad? Well, first of all, you have to be a member of the Brad Squad. You have to be part of our Brad Squad group on Facebook. And number 2, you actually have to come out of the woodworks and actually say something. And if you say 2 comments and you're part of the Brad Squad, we've put the names of every person.
Yep.
Have you audited this drum and you know for a fact that the names of every person, Belgium Kim is in
It's all
charge.
up to you.
I did it
There is
myself.
nobody missing in here.
There is no one missing. We got YouTubers and we got the Facebook people. And if you made at least 2 comments yesterday and you are part of the Brad Squad group, your name is in there.
By
how
the
many
way,
people-
by the
how many
way,
people
by the
is
way,
it?
I forgot to say hello to the YouTubers.
Yeah.
Cordella Douglas, who seems to be watching on YouTube now. Andreen Spence, how you doing? Lady Leah, Terry Ann Carby, Lynn Brown, Afzale, Princess Black. How you doing?
Princess Black.
Princess Black.
That's a new one, right?
She said she was from Facebook.
She is. I think she may be.
She moved from Facebook to YouTube.
She's one of our princesses.
Yes, we have a lot of princesses.
Yeah.
A lot of princesses.
We've got a royal bunch of women.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna pick the first person.
Woo!
Out of drum roll,
Yes.
please. Who wants to read it?
You should read the first
I'll
one.
read the first
one.
one.
One
Okay,
each.
so I'll read the first one. This is the first person. I'm part of the Brad Squad. You got my name is in here?
You are part of the.
Wait, is your name on
My
there?
name is on this.
Did you just really pick your name?
Yes!
You're lying.
I'm only kidding. I did not pick my name. All right, you
Are
ready?
you serious?
Let's get close.
I'm dying over here.
I know.
Oh. Oh.
Don't move.
You're so terrible, Brad. You're doing it on purpose.
Can we read it?
It says.
Joan Williams.
Joan Williams.
Do we know Joan Williams?
We know Joan Williams.
Joan Williams just won a free consultation.
Wow.
Leave her out of there. All right, we're going to move on. Now, this is congratulations, Joan. This is for the sharing from 900 to 1,000.
Okay, here I go. Ooh, this
Here we
is
go.
fun. Okay.
And then you have to get close up on Kim.
Yeah.
Well, if they fell out, you got to put them back in.
Yeah,
You're
we
not able to
gotta
pick.
throw them back in.
Got to throw them back in, and then you got to run the machine again.
You gotta run the machine again.
Got to run the machine
Yeah,
again.
it's not fair otherwise.
It's not fair for somebody. All right, that's good.
Yes,
That's
I feel good about that.
I think you did it.
Okay.
Oh wait, here.
Oh, thank you.
forgot to-
Oh my
I forgot
God,
to-
I
Oh,
almost
God,
couldn't read the name.
Yes.
Oh, she looks
Yes.
sharp.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready, family?
Yes.
I made eye contact with you. Oh, you guys! This is a big old Brad squatter. This is a tried and true. This is an MVP Brad squatter. I don't know if you guys see that. Oh, can you see it? It's Deion Watson!
All right!
Good job, Deion
Yes,
Watson.
queen. Okay.
Did Deion Watson win something before?
Jonathan. I don't think she has. Wait.
Oh God. I'm about to look like a poppy.
Right. But by the way,
you
since
do
when
look
is
like
Lisa
a
Bling
poppy.
Rose Joan Williams?
Huh?
Lisa Bling Rose is claiming she's Joan Williams.
Is she really?
No, she's not.
She
I was
is
about
not. She is not.
She is not.
All right.
All right, finally.
Get on me. It's on me.
There we go.
That's right. Oh,
There
here
we
goes.
go.
Oh yeah, get deep in those
Yeah.
pores. Yeah.
By the way, this hat looks good on everybody.
You're right.
does.
It's really
It's
the
a
best hat
really-
ever.
Get up.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, here we. Oh, are
Okay.
you done?
All right.
Do you know that Jonathan has never taken a selfie or video of himself without rubbing his chin?
Why is that?
It's just what you're supposed to do when you
Rub
take
your
a
chin?
Yes. All
Every
right.
time.
Always doing that?
Every single time. I've never seen a video without it.
That's so funny.
It's his
That's
trademark.
his trademark. All right, here we go. Who is it?
You know who that is?
I know who that is.
Who is it?
This was a good day for her.
Who is it?
Elsa Leslie.
All right, way to go.
Well done,
All right,
Elsa.
Joan Williams.
Yep.
Who else?
Deion Watson.
Deion Watson, Elsa
Elsa
Williams.
Williams.
All right, so what you need to do is DM Belgium Kim, and how do they DM you? And Belgium Kim will get it all set up for
Yeah,
you.
Facebook page, Belgium Kim. Slide up in those messages, you guys, and I will hook you up.
All three got
And
free
remember,
consultations. Congratulations.
Yes.
Now
And
that doesn't.
remember that they can give it off to a friend or a family member.
Right.
You can sell it if you want to.
Now,
but-
now, Lisa Bling Rose,
Yeah.
she's pulling a yo-yo.
What'd she say?
She's giving the yo-yo, chin thing emoji,
Uh-oh.
and says, pick one more.
Are you going to do that?
If we hit 1,000 shares, I will.
Oh, today?
Today, we'll pick one more at the end of the show if we hit 1,000 shares.
I was like, dang, you feeling
Wow,
real.
you
All
guys.
right, we'll do one more if we hit 1,000
So
shares
I'll keep
today.
this here just in
keep
case.
it there just in case. And by the way, tomorrow, just a programming note, we are going to be off the air tomorrow, but we are going to do a pop-up show on YouTube only.
Yeah.
At around between 12 and 1, sometime around there for about 30 minutes. So if you are, wow, I didn't brush my hair. Just realized that.
You want the
I'm a
hat
little-
back?
Yeah, maybe I should put the wig. No. Oh my
Maybe
God.
it's the
We
hat
could get you
hair.
a
Maybe I have
wig.
hat hair. I just looked at myself. I'm like, wow, I look like a mad professor.
like Doc Brown.
Yeah, I look like Dr. Brown from Back to the Future. So we're going to be doing a live YouTube pop-up only sometime between 12 and 1 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want to be part of the YouTube show tomorrow and you want to get a notification that we are going live, please subscribe to YouTube. By the way, congratulations to us, because we have over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we reached that in about 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Because we basically started, we had a YouTube channel with basically nobody watching.
Yeah.
And in 2.5 months, we reached over 5,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So congratulations to us. But you got to subscribe to our YouTube page if you want to see the pop-up show. Now I'm going to tell you one other thing about YouTube.
What's that?
Okay, we may have to start running some games for this. I don't know. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, because everybody's been asking for a live studio audience. So once we get to 10,000 viewers or subscribers on YouTube, we will be eligible to ask YouTube, wherever they may be, to use their live studio audience. Because we can't put a studio audience in our studio, but YouTube has obviously bigger studios, and we can ask them if we can use their studio for a live studio audience, Bradshaw Live. But we got to reach 10,000 subscribers, or they're not even going to talk to us.
Right.
So once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we will be able to hopefully do a live studio audience from YouTube. So let's get those subscribers up on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's very simple. And the good thing is you get to see our pop-up shows, which you don't get to see on Facebook.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's right.
And Belgium Kim and Yo-Yo Elias.
What's up?
Please tell them how to share, because we get to 1,000 today, because we did it already. I'm not even saying 1,100. I'm saying 1,000.
That's very generous.
Right, we'll give another free consultation.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so you guys heard it right there from the guy's mouth. If you guys want a free consultation, or at least a chance to win a free consultation, you have to reach 1,000 shares. And in order to do that, how do we do that, Belgium Kim?
This is so easy, you guys. You hit that little share button with the arrow right next to it. It's on the bottom or the top of your page, depending on what you're looking at. And you're going to share it on your own timeline, on your friends' timelines. You're going to share it to groups that you're a member of. You're going to share it absolutely everywhere. But you cannot share it to people who are affiliated with the show, people you know through the show, because those shares only count once. So if you're going to make it count, you got to share it to different people.
Exactly. And you guys already know how to do that.
You know how to do it.
You guys killed it yesterday.
Because you did it.
And where are we at with the sharing?
As of right now, Brad, the last time I checked, we were at about 29. Now, we're still at 29.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because yesterday,
Yeah.
I was frothing at the mouth like a
Literal
wild, rabid animal, demanding from the Brad Squad to share.
Yes, you were.
Like a rabid animal.
There was literal froth.
You were just kind of asking politely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a polite gal.
Yeah.
I'm a demure gal.
So who wants to help Yannick win a free consultation? Share, she says.
There you go.
Groundhog Sam has 31. That's it. 31.
That's
Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you can be rabid and ask them to share, or that's not really in your personality?
That's not in my personality.
It's not in your personality. Belgium Kim, are you able to be rabid, or is it not in your
I
personality?
can be loudly enthusiastic. Does
No,
that
no,
count
I'm
as
asking
rabid?
rabid.
It's not. You're the rabid king around here.
This is true.
You wear the rabid crown well.
I do. People get scared of me sometimes.
Your hair actually sticks
and I'm
up
such
when you
a
do
nice,
it, too.
and it's so funny because when I get rabid like that, people are like, "Oh my God, he's so scary."
Yeah.
But I'm really a nice person, so I don't really
That's the
think
thing.
of myself
You
as
become
a
a
scary
different
person.
human.
Yeah, you think so?
Your rabbit is the Dr. Jekyll to your Mr. Hyde.
Maybe. Come on, guys, you got to share now, okay? We did it one time. It's not a one-time event. It's a daily event, okay? Every day, I will be giving away free consultations if we get the shares up. Now, if you don't need a free consultation for yourself, then do it for somebody else. Do it for your other Brad Squatter. We need the shares on Facebook. And I'm willing to give more of my time than I already have. I already give 2 hours of my time every day here, right?
Mm-hmm, you do.
I already do, right?
And you're going to give more.
You think the man from Facebook is paying me to do this? No.
Definitely not.
Right? As a matter of fact, it actually costs me. I got to
was
pay
just
you.
about to say,
It costs me a lot of money to do this, right? Nobody pays me anything. So the least you could do is let me give you more free stuff. More free stuff. It's not enough that I just do this for 2 hours. I need to give you more free stuff. Get to 1,000 shares, and I am going to give you a free consultation today. We're going to pull that out. We already pulled Joan. We already pulled
Deanne.
Elsa and Deanne.
Yes.
Could be you.
Could be you.
Could be
Could
you.
be you.
Maybe it's Deanna Love. Maybe it's Kenoi British. Maybe it's Marge Higgs. Maybe Lisa Bling Rose.
And that's why you're the Rabid King.
I'm going to change Lisa Bling Rose's name to Lisa Capital Bling Rose. We got Capital Bling Rose in the...
And to the people saying that they don't have 1,000 Facebook friends, that's fine.
But it's the whole entire... It's a group effort.
Exactly.
Nobody's saying you have to share 1,000 times.
Right.
But we have so many people watching, 80, 90, 100 at any given time.
Exactly.
And we end up with 3,000, 4,000 people watching over the period of the show. So if even 1 out of every 4 people actually shares who watches our show today, we'll hit 1,000 to one person. Every share counts.
Every single one.
So what I would like to do is now don't lie to us.
No.
Okay? Don't lie to us. Mia's like, Brad, stop shouting.
See?
I don't know. I can't help it. But what I'd like to do is this.
Yeah.
If you shared right now,
Yeah.
be proud about it.
That's right.
Tell us in the comments right now that you shared. Be proud about it. Okay? Like, for example, Belgium
Yes.
Kim, have you shared to anybody today?
I have shared.
Okay, so why don't you be proud about it and write you shared.
I shared. Look at that. That was so easy.
Way to go, Belgium Kim!
Good
Brad,
job.
congratulations, Belgium Kim! She shared. She shared. You think anybody else? Yeah, you think anybody else wants any credit for sharing?
I think so. Mishka Gordon.
Denisha Castillo shared.
Boom.
Congratulations,
Boom.
Denisha.
Yeah.
She shared, right?
Kenoi British shared.
So now we already have 3 people who may have shared more than one time. Who else? Unique shared. Francisca shared. Who else do you think would share?
Tamika Nelson.
No, I didn't see Tamika Nelson
She
share.
just said, I shared.
Misaka Gordon shared. Chevy Collins just shared.
Twice. The goodness.
Sisha Mitchell shared. Mia shared. After she got over me yelling.
Right. And turn her volume down a little bit.
Right.
I just had a
Can
crazy...
you imagine if she's like on public transportation and like, what are you watching? This guy's going crazy.
Today is not the day to have forgotten your earbuds.
That's right.
That is not
Carlene
the day.
Alcock shared.
Do you know what...
Dennis Ute shared.
Jonathan Elias.
Jonathan Elias shared.
I just shared.
That's right. That's right.
See, I'm even helping you guys.
He's helping
All
out.
right. Asset Lindo shared.
See, I want you guys to
Abigail
win.
Taylor Watson, share.
Oh, man. I just found
Higher
out something
meditation.
crazy.
What's the number to call? Maybe if you share, I would tell you. Maybe if you shared once higher meditation, I would tell you.
You could also just read across
Right.
the bottom.
It's
as well.
right, going right across the bottom the entire show.
I'm just going to let you know.
Right. Okay, so you see that number right there? 1-800-529-5465. All right, we got to get to host chat here.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little schmooze.
Yeah.
I'm getting yelled at in my ear.
Right.
My own ear.
Enough already.
Enough already. So did you see Donald Trump is cutting aid now to Honduras, and he's now threatening that the U.S. military is going to go be stationed on the border to protect America and not allow anybody into the country from these poor people who are escaping violence.
Oh my
Because
God.
that's who America needs to be protected from.
Right.
Right.
Okay? I mean, of all the people that we need to be protected from, that's them. We don't need to be protected from Kim Jong-un. He told us we could sleep well at night. He said, sleep well! Kim Jong-un, he's a wild, crazy man. He's got nuclear weapons, but I met with him for 5 minutes. Everyone sleep well. But these poor people who are literally escaping violence and poverty, that's who we need to be protected from.
Right.
That's so sad.
Trump tweeted, the United States has strongly informed the president of Honduras that if the large caravan of people heading to the United States is not stopped and brought back to Honduras, which is, and by the way, if they do stop them, they'll probably kill them.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Can you imagine? They say, you're going to cut off all our aid. Because who do you think takes the aid when we send it to Honduras? The president.
Exactly.
Okay? He'll pull like one of those things that Saudi Arabia did. He'll just...
Exactly. I mean, look at them. Like, it's people traveling with families. It's small children.
The caravan comment referred to a group of hundreds of migrants who are fleeing poverty and gang violence in Honduras.
Right.
They're spilling it into Guatemala, which lies between Honduras and Mexico. Trump is blaming the Democrats for this. It's their fault.
What?
It's the Democrats' fault
So sick.
that the people on the caravan are coming. He says it's hard to believe that with the thousands of people from south of the border walking unimpeded toward our country in the form of large caravans that the Democrats won't approve legislation that will allow for laws to protect our country. As a matter of fact, when Barack Obama was president, he set up checkpoints with Mexico and Guatemala. We even had, I forgot the gentleman's name who came on, who joined the caravan, who said that Obama had Mexico and Guatemala and the United States was paying for them to stop caravans before they even reached Mexico and the border.
That's right.
And Obama was doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Obama was a deportation. He was the chief deporter in chief.
Absolutely.
All right. So I wouldn't say it's the Democrats. I'll give Trump his accolades if I find any. But in this particular case, the Democrats were stopping them too.
Right.
All right. So I don't know what's going to happen to these poor people.
Denisha has a good point. She
What?
said, so who's saving America from Trump?
Well, this is, here. It's going to be Robert Mueller, Denisha.
Oh,
all right. He is
on,
expected to issue findings on Trump's collusion with Russia, if there was any,
right.
on all aspects of the Russia probe right after the November midterm elections. The reason he is just about done with his investigation, and he has come to certain conclusions, but he does not want to release the report until after the election so as not to affect the outcome of the midterm elections. He is actually close to rendering judgment on two of the most explosive aspects of his inquiry, whether there was clear incidences of collusion between Russia and Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, and whether the president took any actions that constitute obstruction of justice to prevent Mueller and other investigators from finding out whether or not he actually did collude.
Right.
It doesn't mean that Mueller's investigation is going to become public. It actually goes to Rod Rosenstein, and Rod Rosenstein is going to decide what to release and what to provide Congress. Rosenstein has said he wants Mueller to wrap up the investigation as soon as the election is over. So I would say it's going to be done sometime between November 6th and the last Thursday of November, which is Thanksgiving.
Right.
Right.
I
So
think
that's what's going to happen.
I think that's interesting that he's making that decision, because it's also at the same time, if he finds any evidence of wrongdoing or not, that's still information that you would want voters to have before they went to the polls, right? Or is
no. I mean, if you look at what happened with James Comey, okay,
and that's the thing.
All right, 1 week before,
we're reopening
the Clinton investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, because he says the voters should have known.
Exactly.
And that actually propelled Trump to win the election. And then subsequent to that, Trump and Comey had a falling out, and says Comey's a dangerous man.
But see, what I think the difference is that Comey didn't know. He was just like, we're just reopening the investigation.
No, he
These
knew.
are his findings.
He knew. If you read his book, which I haven't, but I read excerpts of it, he says in his book he believed Hillary Clinton had the election wrapped up, and he didn't want her to be an illegitimate president.
Right.
So he said, we're opening the investigation, and we opened it, and several days later, we're closing it again, there's nothing there. And he never wanted Hillary Clinton to come in to be the president and say, oh, the FBI withheld this information, and somehow it would have been an illegitimate election. As it turns out, it actually backfired because it caused Hillary to lose the election.
Right.
And caused the misery of hundreds and hundreds of millions of people.
So this is him not attempting to not make Comey's mistakes.
Yes. So Denisha says she needs the free consultation. She's yelling, share, share, share. Where are we at?
We're doing well, Brad. The last thing that Groundhog Sam told us was 300 shares.
Wow. All to talk to me.
From 29.
All to talk to me.
All to talk to you.
Wow.
Find out what's going on up here.
In that big old brain.
That's right. Look at the big old brain on
Big brain on bread.
So meanwhile, there's a big, thing about voter suppression in the United States of America. Many people actually feel that one of the biggest fights that why they didn't want Kavanaugh, besides the abortion issue, is about voter suppression. Voter suppression is done in all sorts of ways here in America. It actually puts obstacles into people voting, whether it's certain tests or certain forms that have to be filled out on a certain time, or forms that have to be filled out in a certain language, or educational requirements, and it happens a lot more down south. That's one part of voter suppression. Prevents people from actually voting. Another part of voter suppression is the way they gerrymander districts.
Absolutely.
So they gerrymander districts, for example. They take a minority district and it's all weird, all over the place. So they gerrymander it so that there's one minority district of all the blacks or Hispanics or whatever it may be, and then they make 5 or 6 districts of white majority voters instead of dividing it in squares based on geography. You know, even here in New York, they gerrymander. I know, like, there's a congressman who represents parts of the Bronx, Queens, and Nassau County,
which doesn't make
which
any
makes no sense whatsoever. So the Supreme Court, the more liberal justices always, you know, find that gerrymandering is illegal and it should just be based on geography. This square, this circle, this rectangle.
Right.
It shouldn't be gerrymandered to put certain minorities in one district and none in another. Basically, the idea is for gerrymandering is you put minorities in one district, they have one congressman or congresswoman, and you're basically suppressing their vote by making 6 or 7 other districts fully white.
Right.
Instead of spreading out minorities, and this is really why we have, partly why we have a situation where there is a clear majority of people in the United States who are moderate to liberal Democrats, yet the Republicans on a national stage keep winning. So part of the voter suppression happens all different ways. I'll give you an example today. There were dozens of black senior citizens in rural Georgia who were ordered off a bus bound for election polls after county officials said the event constituted prohibited political activity.
What?
A Jefferson County clerk reportedly told staff members from the Leisure Center in Louisville on Monday, the first day of in-person early voting in Georgia, that roughly 40 black people could not take part in the trip after receiving a complaint from an unnamed caller. The trip had been organized by the nonpartisan Black Voters Matter, which is embarking on a bus tour across several southern states with the goal of urging black people to vote.
Right.
The caller said the bus, which was painted with the words, "The South is Rising Tour," should not be allowed to bring people to the polls. Now, Jefferson County admitted, this is the bus, this is the video of the bus, of what's going on the bus.
Jefferson, look at them. They're all like older.
Yeah. Jefferson County Administrator Adam Brett said the trip, set to depart from a county-run senior center, was political and therefore violated guidelines imposed. It's not political to vote. They weren't saying, come vote and you must vote Democrat.
Right.
They were just saying, come vote. Vote any way you want.
Exactly.
The reality is, if you're a Republican and you want anyone other than Kanye West from the black community to vote for you, you got to do better than what you're doing right now.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right.
And Tamika Nelson just made a great point and said the election I really want to vote in is the presidential, and that's fair, but the midterm election is our first real opportunity to make our voices heard.
Right, that's correct. If you don't vote for your congressman in the midterm election, you are going to have 2 more years of misery of Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Winning.
Absolutely.
Literally winning.
Yeah.
You know, when he says he's winning, he's not wrong. He's winning.
He is.
He's got no one to stop him in Congress right now.
So,
let's turn Congress blue.
Meanwhile, if the Republicans win, I'm moving up to California. I mean, I'm moving up to Canada.
Canada.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's legal to smoke weed there now. Because I can't handle the pressure of New York anymore with Donald Trump.
I might be following you.
Yes. Now, Wednesday became the first major world country, the first major world economy to legalize marijuana nationally.
Wow.
Under Canada's new federal Cannabis Act.
Yeah.
Adults will be allowed to possess, carry, and share with others up to 30 grams of cannabis, which is basically roughly, you know, I'm not a drug pusher. I don't know how to weigh it all, but that's roughly 60 joints, I'm told.
My God!
I don't know who knows this for a fact, but it's in my cards. Whoever wrote this seems to know this for a fact.
Those have to be small joints.
I don't know who the writer of these cards were. But they know that 30 grams equals 60 joints.
About 60 joints.
Is that true?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea, Bradford.
It depends on how big you roll your joints.
It depends on the roller.
Yes. Okay, now, the Jillybean and the gummy bear weed, that's not legal.
The edibles.
The edibles, that's not legal yet.
Oh, okay.
Next year it is.
Next year.
So you got to hold off on your sweet tooth in Canada for at least 1 more year. But you can smoke them if you got them now.
I wonder why that's the case.
interesting.
Maybe
Yeah.
because like kids can just like get that.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Now,
Edibles
Canadians
are
are
not fun.
celebrating. You go up to Toronto, you don't even need to smoke right now. You just smell the air and you're high.
Right.
All right? I spoke to someone, they're like, I'm in Toronto, I'm high, just walking the streets.
Right.
All right,
The closest
Canadians.
you can get to Amsterdam, that's going to be Canada.
I've never been to Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's going to be
Canadians
Canada.
celebrated the legalization by throwing marijuana parties where the bud dropped at midnight, they were calling it, and lining up outside government-run dispensaries all night in anticipation of the store's opening.
Look
Now,
at that.
many open questions are how to
big
deal
old
with
piece of weed.
employees who are smoking weed.
Right.
I mean, you know,
That's a great
but
point.
well, no, I don't think so because employees that drink, I know how to deal with them. You're suspended. We don't want drunk employees working here. We don't want high employees working here either. So I don't see that as a big issue.
But how can you test it? Like, you can test if someone is drunk very easily.
Yeah, you can test it too. You know, they walk in, they seem high, and you say to them,
Eyes
hey,
are red and
one
low.
second, and their eyes are red and low, and say, hey, you want to order a Domino's? And he's like, yeah! All right,
That's how you test.
That's the test. You know? Right, if it's not in the morning and the guy who's ordering a Domino's pizza, you know,
I knew it.
Gotcha.
Suspended.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
See, now I know if you ever offer me Domino's.
That's right.
No, I'm cool. I'm on a diet.
Right, exactly. I'm looking svelte, Brad. I'm looking svelte.
All right. Meanwhile, I got my Mega Millions.
Ooh.
Brad Squad better get their Mega Millions too.
Yes.
The Mega Millions jackpot for Friday in the United States of America is going to go over $1 billion.
Wow.
Good.
The same amount of money that Dr. Evil tried to hijack the United Nations with. Okay?
1 billion, billion.
One quadrillion, billion dollars.
Bazillion dollars.
So it's going to creep over $1 billion, the largest jackpot in the United States history.
Wow.
And the combined jackpots between the Powerball and Mega Millions is also the largest in history right now. It's at $1.586 billion.
Wow.
Now, the odds of winning this Mega Millions is 1 in 320 million people.
There it is.
Yeah.
Which basically, let me tell you let me give you an example of what the odds of winning 1 in 320.
Golly.
If you put the names of every American citizen in our machine,
in our drum.
in our drum,
Yeah.
and we do this,
Yeah.
we have a better shot of pulling out Barack Obama's name than
shit.
winning the Mega Millions. There is not
Damn.
320 million American citizens in America.
That's a really depressing little
Right?
factoid.
So
right
you have a
there.
better chance of pulling out Barack Obama's name from our machine than winning the Mega Millions. And now Jonathan's all upset.
I am.
Now look at you. You're all upset
If
now.
only I could just like go to the future and come bring my ass right back and be like, all right, guys, I have the numbers.
No, Marty McFly did that. Biff ends up president. We don't want. Well, Biff is president right now.
So you might as well just do it.
Might as well
Look.
do it. Get that almanac.
So meanwhile,
Big Back to the Future Day
this is a pretty sick, disgusting story too.
Ew, that's sick and disgusting.
Yeah, it's actually making me sick reading it.
And you're gonna share it?
Yes, I'm going to share
Okay.
it. A Davis, California high school student allegedly baked her grandfather's ashes into a batch of sugar cookies and then handed them out to the classmates, some of whom were aware they contained human remains and ate them anyway.
I'm sorry. Will you reread that sentence?
A Davis, California high school student allegedly baked her grandfather's ashes into a batch of sugar cookies and gave them to classmates, some of whom were aware they contained human remains but ate them anyway.
Please don't tell me she was black.
Yeah.
The woman, a black
There
woman.
you go.
No, we don't know. No, we're not black.
Who's that?
We don't
Is
know.
that the kid?
It's a female student
Oh, so
at
it's
Da
not
Vinci.
him.
It's two girls at Da Vinci Charter Academy. They brought the cookies in on October 4th, and they handed them out to the entire class, at least 9 people. Some ate them without knowing about the extra added ingredient.
Oh, that's a great
Some were
lawsuit
horrified.
right there. That's a great lawsuit.
But what do you sue them for?
You just made me eat some person's remains? What do you mean? What do you sue them for?
Yeah. What do you sue them for?
Police Lieutenant Paul Durashov
Yeah.
said the police have opened the case And they're combing the legal books right now, trying to determine which penal code would apply to baking human remains into food.
Exactly.
Officers considered a California Penal Code section regarding the disposal of human remains in an improper manner, but public nuisance charges might be more appropriate. The students have been cooperating with the investigation. Andy Knox, this is Andy right here. All right, he looks like a cousin of Barney Fife.
He looks traumatized.
Told Casey, you know who Barney Fife is?
Absolutely.
Okay,
he's from the Andy Griffith Show.
From the Andy Griffith Show.
And he's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Hey.
Andy Knox, a student at the school, told KCRA-TV that he was just about to go into his environmental science class when a girl in the same class offered him a human remains cookie. When she told him there was a special ingredient, he just thought it was marijuana. I didn't believe her until she pulled out the urn. Knox said that the cookies didn't taste unusual, but if you ever ate a man's ass, you know that's the kind of... No, he didn't say that.
What?
But he said if you ever ate sand as a kid, you know that you could kind of feel it crunching in between your teeth.
Oh, no,
so there's a little
crunching.
tiny bit of crunchiness. He said that the cookie contained tiny gray flecks, and the girl had once offered him the ashes if he switched seats with another student.
What? I don't know what's worse. The kids who got tricked into it or the kids who knew and still ate the cookie.
I can say that those who are involved are remorseful, and this is now a personal family matter. I can't eat dinner tonight. I don't know about you.
No. And Jeff Bosey just ruined it some more.
They just smacked the shit out that little girl, first of all.
I can't eat dinner tonight.
That
And don't
is
you be bringing me in sugar cookies tomorrow.
I don't have any ashes at my house. That is...
Why?
It's the why. It's the why is the question. The why. Did you hate your grandfather? Do you hate your classmates?
I don't know if that why is worse or this why is worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in South Carolina, I'm trying to figure out which story is worse.
Oh,
I don't know, bruh.
Okay, in South Carolina, a man shot his cousin. He warned not to eat his potato chips.
You said what?
What?
A man shot his cousin. He said, "Don't eat my potato chips," and then shot him because the cousin ate his potato chips. The police are calling this an assault and vinegar. I can't make this up. That was what the newspaper article said.
Here.
A South Carolina man is facing attempted murder charges after police say he shot his teenage cousin after warning the victim not to eat his salt and vinegar
He warned him.
potato chips.
No, you did. He warned him.
He didn't eat them. He didn't eat them. He only pretended to eat them. He goes, "Ooh, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it." And then he taunted him, bang, and shot him.
That's still a slight overreaction,
A little bit
right?
of a slight overreaction. I remember when I was younger, my
Don't play with my
nephew
food.
went crazy because I ate his last donut.
Okay.
But he went on a crying fit. But he didn't shoot me.
Right, did he shoot
I
you?
Yeah,
went
he
on
was
a
only
crying
8 years
fit
old.
when my mom... Oh, all right.
Oh
So
my
there's
God.
these pastries from Glendale in California
Yeah.
that I literally die for, and I sent my mom and my aunt to go out there because they were already out there. It's like 2 hours away from our house, and my aunt bought all the pastries. And when they get home, where are my pastries? My mom ate them all in the car, and I will never forget that.
But did
You hold your mom responsible for that?
Absolutely. I was distraught. But I would never shoot her or anything of the sort. But I was distraught.
Over a pack of chips.
Chips?
I mean, listen.
Would you rather get shot over a pack of chips or eat grandpa cookies?
Shot.
That was so fast, Brad.
I'd rather you could shoot me wherever the hell you want. I ain't eating grandpa. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then it was crunchy. The worst part was that the kid goes, "It was crunchy."
Oh. Also, Jeff Bosey is like killing me right now. He just said, "Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got grandpa in my tummy." And I think he's tasting good.
Okay.
That's too much, Jeff.
That's
Too much. That's terrible. Now I got
That's
that
a little
song stuck
sick.
in my head.
Yummy, 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 got grandpa in my tummy.
Oh
All right. Where are we at with sharing? This schmooze is getting really bad.
343.
What?
343.
We can get to 1,000 shares, you think?
We can. We just
in 1 hour?
I think that people stopped in their tracks when they heard that somebody ate Grandpa, Brad. I think that now that we're back on the wagon, it'll be okay again.
By the way, this is supposed to be an immigration show. We're 1 hour into it. We got to start answering immigration questions. Let's do what we do best here, which is answer your immigration questions in a segment called, I'm going to answer your immigration questions right now. Call 1-800-529-5465. And the music always comes in a little late on that one there, right? Yeah, we got to fix that. All right. So let's go to Claire in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Claire.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
What's
I have
going on?
a question. I'm so glad. I have a question. My mom has been here since the 80s.
Your mom has what?
My mom has been in the country.
Okay.
She traveled from Jamaica in the 80s. And she had some issues with her visa, so I'm working it out for her. The only issue that she's having now is that in 93, they have a record of her returning to Jamaica and receiving a tourist visa, but she hasn't been out of the country since. She's came here in the 80s. So my question is,
but then she
should
left.
I travel?
What do you mean, should you travel?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I was asking if I should travel to Jamaica and go to the embassy to research about the tourist visa that they said she was granted.
Why do you need to do that? I'm confused. You want to file for her?
Yes, and she hasn't been out of the country since the 80s, so that's obviously a mistake.
Oh, I see. And she's here now.
Yes.
How do you know that they said she received a tourist visa in the 1980s?
Well, I
You already adjusted her status, and they denied her for that reason?
No, I requested her FOIA.
All right. So what I would suggest to you is this: before you go and research, bring in her FOIA to us. What would have been the purpose of requesting her FOIA unless you thought maybe there was an issue?
Because she stated that she never traveled outside of the U.S.
Why did this become an issue to begin with?
The thing is, she has documents, and in that document, I'm sorry, you know what? She tried to get her green card through my grandmother who died.
Right.
And she was denied.
Because they said that she made a misrepresentation?
Yes,
okay,
that's what it was.
All right. So now, this is what you need to do. Okay, you got to stop. You're not going to be Sherlock Holmes. No one at the embassy is going to give you anything. All right, what you need to do is you need to find a really good lawyer. Come to me with the FOIA, with Mom, and let's figure out the whole story based on what immigration has on record and what she has, and we're going to figure out how to help her. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Sounds good.
All right. Boy, that was convoluted, but now I got to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was Mom tried to get a green card, and they said that she left the United States at one point, never told the United States she left. They know she left because she applied for a tourist visa and was turned down, and there's no legal entry back.
Right.
So then she must have entered back the country without inspection.
Right.
And she's claiming, no, I never left. This is my legal entry, and I should be able to adjust my status nevertheless.
That makes sense. Whew, that's a tough
Right.
That's a tough situation.
All right. So hopefully they can get to on line one. Let's go to Rich. Rich, how are you?
All right, and you, how are you?
Good, good. What's going on?
All right, I have a case from this, I-130. It's in December 2017. And it won December 11. Every time I call, they tell me they're still working on it. Every time I make a request, they're still examining
Who filed for you, Rick?
I filed for my spouse.
Okay, where is your spouse?
She's in Haiti.
And this has been filed since 2011?
No, 2017.
Okay, and you're a citizen?
And we have a child. We have a U.S. citizen child together.
And you're a citizen of the United States?
Yes, we get the birth certificate to the embassy.
Okay, so, and it's still pending, and it's over, what, how long? Year and how many months?
About 10 months now. December 11, 2017 was the NA1.
Okay. All right. So sometimes they take a little longer, but what you can do is what's called a mandamus action. And that's when you go to a lawyer and you force the government to do their job. Other than that, you may be waiting probably 12, 15 months for an approval. Okay, with Haiti, because of how Trump feels about Haiti, they have slowed those cases down to a halt. Okay, purposely. So that's why you would need to do what's called a mandamus action. You're a United States citizen. You are entitled to be reunited with your wife and child. You should not have to wait 2 to 3 years as a United States citizen to be reunited with your wife. You shouldn't have to. It's unfair. It's cruel and unfair.
Okay, yeah.
So hold on, and come see me, and we can help you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Eddie in San Francisco. Eddie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I have a question.
Yeah.
I came here for a K1, and so it didn't work out. So I stay here for like a year, more than a year, like
right.
5 years. Yeah. So is there a possibility
Did you get married?
No.
Okay. So you never married anybody. So what's your situation now? You have someone else to marry? You in love with somebody else?
No,
not right now.
Nothing.
Well, you got a problem. You have any family here?
No.
Okay, so at some point in time, hopefully you fall in love. You fall in love with a U.S. citizen, and they're gonna have to do a provisional waiver for you. You're gonna have to go home and come back. It's the only way you're gonna get a green card. It's the only thing you can do at this point. Fall in love, and hopefully that person's in love with you. Do a provisional waiver, go home, come back. And be prepared at the embassy to prove, well, I have 2 fingers up for a reason, that the first marriage that you were coming in to enter into, which you never married, was a real legitimate marriage, and this one is as well.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, let's go to Alan in Queens. Alan. Alan.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? Alan.
Hello?
Hi, Alan.
Hi, so I came in the U.S. with the F1 student visa.
Yes.
I filed for SLM in 2015, and I was referred to the immigration court. I was served an NTA, but I never had any court date in 4 years. So in 2016, I got married to my U.S. citizen wife, and like 2 months before, I have my I-130 approved. And just one day before my I-130 interview, the immigration hotline, the automated system says my case is closed due to failure to prosecute. I mean, my previous the previous case, which I was given NTA for. So my question is, am I able to file 485 with the USCIS?
Well, if there's an NTA that is open and has not been filed with the court, you cannot file an adjustment until they file it with the court, or you force them to file it with the court. I'm not exactly sure where you stand, in terms of the automated system saying the failure to prosecute case is closed. The only way to determine what's going on is to do a FOIA and then figure it out. And it's going to be one of two. If there's no more NTA and it's been and you're done with, you'll file an adjustment. If there's an NTA that's floating around somewhere, you would have to file a mandamus action to force the government to file it with the court, and then subsequent to that, terminate your deportation and then go to adjust. So I really need to see the FOIA results to actually determine what's going on.
How long does the FOIA take?
Well, if you're doing it, from the USCIS, it usually takes a year or so, but if you're asking for one specific document, it should only take a couple weeks to a couple months. All right, and it's important that you do that. So hold on one second, okay? All right, let's go to Eddie in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Eddie.
Yes, good afternoon, Brad. How you doing?
Good.
All right, you're a good lawyer, and I got 2 quick questions for you. In last year, January, I don't know if you remember, but I had some situation with my wife, and I told you that I was going to go to Jamaica, and I wanted to go, and I had a domestic case, but the case was dismissed. And I asked you if I could file for my citizenship. But I finally got the letter, and I filed. But when I went, they didn't ask me anything about it, and I misspelled a word in my writing test. And I got a letter to come back? What do I go back for now?
You misspell. Well, then you got to go back. You got to be able to show that you can read and write. They denied you for misspelling one word.
They didn't deny me. They just said I need to
go back. All right. So basically, you got to go back again, and you got to pass that English test. That's what you need to do.
Oh.
Okay.
So
that's
that's
it.
all I got.
That's all you got to
That's
do.
all I got to do.
Correct.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Congratulations. Just
Thank
pass
you.
it. Just pass
Thank
it.
you.
Pass it. Pass it. All right. By the way, are we on Facebook right now, or did we drop? Because my thing is my thing was frozen.
Did you refresh?
Let me refresh. We're okay.
We're okay.
Okay.
And Brad.
Yes.
We're at 401 shares.
So why am I frozen, Kim? Look at me.
Look at
I'm
you.
frozen.
Look at you.
I'm frozen. I'm like this.
Call you Elsa because you're frozen.
Now what am I?
Look at you unfrozen.
No, I'm still frozen.
No, you're not.
No, okay. Now I'm good.
You're just staring at yourself.
Isn't that exciting? I just watch a show and be staring at myself. I look pretty good.
It's so meta because at one point you're just going to be watching the show.
Right. Who's that guy? He's pretty smart on this show. The guy in the black sweater looks like he's a really smart guy. Look at that. Who's the pretty girl in the middle?
I was about to say that. She's gorgeous. Oh,
Right.
but I like that floral shirt that one guy.
I've seen him on TV. He looks famous to me somewhere, right?
He does look famous.
You know
I've
what-
seen him somewhere.
You know what I bet he would look really
Where?
good doing?
What?
This.
That's where I know him from. I know exactly where Now I know. He was in the Grand Hustle, that guy. Right. All I know is this guy, he walks in, the Grand Hustle guy.
Yeah.
He walks into Starbucks like he's a star. I want you to know something. True or not true? I come in.
I get free.
One second. I come into
Starbucks.
Starbucks. All right, the Starbucks across the street.
Yeah.
I go there every day. There's a line. I wait in a line. Take a step. Wait. Take a step. Wait. Take a step. Wait.
Right.
All of a sudden, Yo-Yo walks in. Everyone's like, "What's up? What's going on? I got your drink." They give him a drink. He's hugging all the barristers. He walks out. And I'm sitting there in line. I swear to God, I thought Yo-Yo would have been like taking care of me at least and like, "Hey, get my boy a drink too." No, he left me sitting on line. He left me sitting on line.
Because I didn't want to be late.
He didn't say, but you saw I was going to be late.
As a matter of fact, he came in and he was like, "Brad's gonna be a minute." I saw him at the end of the line.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't say, hey. He didn't say, "Yo, give my boy a drink or something." We got a show to do.
Look, I just now started getting hooked up, so like I have to like warm up a little before I get my voice
I'm
hooked
gonna
up.
remember that next time I see you on a line. Next time I see you on a line, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, that's Yo-Yo."
And the reason he's sweating is because this is a 100% true story.
That is a true story. That is a true story. Yeah. All right, let's go to Edwina in Charlotte, North Carolina. Edwina.
Yes.
How you doing?
Hello.
What's going on?
I'm good. Yeah, my question here is, I have a daughter who was on an F1 visa, and she went out to renew her visa, and then she was denied on a Section 214B. Despite all of the supporting documents that I gave her.
You were denied what section?
Under Section 214B.
Where was this? At the U.S. Embassy or at immigration?
At the U.S. Embassy in my country.
Okay, and who are you sponsoring?
Pardon?
Who are you sponsoring?
I was the one sponsoring her. She's my daughter.
Your daughter. Okay, and tell me what Section 204B is, because I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Section 214B is like she should prove ties to her country, but she's very young. She stayed here, went to high school.
She should what?
Prove ties to her country.
She has no ties to her country?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Are you sponsoring her for a green card?
I was sponsoring her for student visa. She was on a student visa.
Okay, you're not sponsoring her. That's why I'm confused now. Okay?
Yes.
You are not a sponsor for a student visa. She is applying for a student visa on her own, and all you did was give her an affidavit of support. And what is your status here?
My status, I'm on a diplomatic status. I work for the United States.
So they believe she's going to come here and never return home.
And then she left a 2-year-old child behind.
I understand. If you want help, okay, she's leaving a 2-year-old child behind. If you want help, you can give us a call, and we can certainly intervene and speak to the embassy on your behalf. Okay? But it's a student visa. You have to show that at the end of your studies, you're going to go home. And so it's like applying for a visitor's visa. So hold on one second. That's why I was confused. She's like, I'm sponsoring my daughter. And I'm like, what? Okay, now I got it. Oh, look who's online. Jeff Bossy Bossy Bossy. Jeffrey, how are you?
Hello, good sir, and hello, Kim and Jonathan. How you doing?
What's up?
How you doing? Are you still laid up?
Why are you gracing us with a telephone call today?
Well, first off, I want to apologize that I missed the anniversary. I'm still sick as a dog, but I still had to show up to work because.
Thank you.
But I wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you.
On an anniversary show. Congratulations on breaking 1,100 on shares.
Yes,
that was amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah, thank you.
And tell me, how can you not have an appetite for yummy, yummy, yummy? I got grandpa in my tummy.
Let me tell you something.
And Kim, do not deny the flavor crystals. That's a taste of history right there.
What flavor crystals?
Grandpa's ashes are flavor
No, that's
crystals?
Disgusting.
No.
That is disgusting,
Don't you
Jeff.
ever call that flavor
Yes.
crystals again.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for calling, Jeff. Where are you heading right now? You're heading home from work?
Of course, I'm always driving.
All right.
That never-ending destination. But you have a great evening.
All right,
Thank
feel
you guys.
better. Feel better, Jeff. Feel better.
Feel better,
Thanks for
Jeff.
calling.
Will do.
All right.
Later.
All right. Jeff Bossy from the
Bossy,
comment
Bossy,
section.
Bossy.
Bossy, Bossy, Bossy from the comment section.
He can eat all the sugar cookies he wants.
You can have it
It's all
all.
on you,
I'll be
Ben.
more than happy to send him the address of the school. I think they have 1 or 2 cookies left.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Ooh.
All right. So let's do something, Belgium Kim,
Yeah.
that we like to do here.
And what is that, Brad? We like to do a lot of things.
Here it is.
We do so many things.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Just for Jeff.
Oh, since he's feeling under the
Just
weather.
for Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know.
Just for Jeffrey.
Hopefully
Okay.
he feels better from this.
Now, let me tell you what's going on in the news a little bit here. The United States Immigration Service, there's a big difference between if you get caught for deportation or you get caught coming into the border. There's a big difference between being age 17 and being age 18. And the difference is that if you are under 18, you go into a shelter. If you're over 18, you go to jail.
Right.
That's the difference.
Okay.
So now they are testing kids because there's a lot of people, I guess, who look younger than 18,
Right.
but are actually over 18,
Right.
and are claiming that they should be in a shelter, not in a deportation center.
But how can you test for age?
So now what the United States is doing is they are x-raying people's teeth. And based on the x-rays of the teeth, a forensic dentist can determine their age.
Wow.
What?
So now Anna Banana, our correspondent, discusses using the x-rays to determine undocumented immigrants' ages in another edition, just for Jeff Bossy, of This Just Don't Make No Sense. Let's watch.
Hey, Brad, you're
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I
Hey,
think
Brad,
I'd rather
you're
see
on.
Brad than Anna.
So let me tell you what Anna said.
Actually, let her
I'm going to tell you right now. Let's do it.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Ascona. The government is now checking young immigrants' teeth to determine their age. That sounds disgusting and very disturbing. Basically, if the kid is under 18, they can stay in a shelter and possibly go into a sponsored home. But if they're over 18, they're sent to ICE and can possibly get deported. Most of these young immigrants come here without any documentation that proves their age. So the Office of Refugee Resettlement and ICE is sending x-rays of their teeth to forensic dentists. What these dentists are doing is basically evaluating these young immigrants' teeth and deciding their age, which doesn't sound very accurate to me. How can your wisdom teeth say whether you're 17 or 18? Does that even make sense? For example, what if the kid is 17 and his or her teeth look like an 18-year-old's? So does this mean they automatically go to ICE even though they're not even 18? This is not fair for these kids. And the fact that they're comparing it to other tests just doesn't sound very accurate. I feel like these forensic dentists are over here just playing like a guessing game. Like, oh, these teeth look like they belong to a 20-year-old. Oh, these belong to a 30-year-old. No, these belong to a 12-year-old. The way that these dentists are evaluating these teeth is by race and gender, and they're doing a comparison to previous tests. You see why I say that this just doesn't sound very accurate and it's like a guessing game? What's crazy is that this technique gives out a large range of ages as wide as 6 years, which means that a kid as young as 12 years old can have teeth that look like an 18-year-old. So you're gonna tell me that you're gonna send this 12-year-old that clearly looks like a minor to ICE? How is this even allowed? How is this even okay? That just doesn't make any sense, and ORR and ICE need to figure out a better way to determine these kids' ages.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
It is completely not a good test.
A 6-year age difference?
Not a good test.
No.
It is not a good test.
Terrible.
All right, so we have something we like to do here every so often. It's called social media check-in, where I'm going to answer your immigration questions in something that we call social media check-in.
All right, for our first one, we have one from Cariato. Hi, I'm married with a U.S. citizen. I have 3 sons, 17 years old, 14, and 12. My I-130 is approved, but my I-601 waiver and I-485 application, they...
Just read it.
Okay, so this is exactly how it's said. My I-130 is approved, but my I-601 waiver and I-485 application because I don't have my passport. I am in the USA, March 2000. Can I apply again?
They denied,
so maybe they denied it.
They denied it because he has no legal entry into the United States. You need a legal, if you're doing it based on marriage, you need a legal entry. You need to be 245I or married to somebody in the military or former military. So you don't have the passport in which you used to enter the United States. How do you prove you made a legal entry? That's the problem.
Mac Lat on YouTube said, our priority date is August 30th of 2017, and the interview was in the Islamabad embassy on October 4th of this year, so about 10 days ago. Now in AP, they asked my 5-year record, which I sent. We had a joint sponsor. How long can we accept? Or I'm assuming it's how long until we get,
It's Islamabad. It's Pakistan. They're doing background checks. They're looking up, down, left, right. And background checks in Pakistan can take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months to I've even seen them over a year. Wow. So I can't tell you the exact time.
All right, we have one from Renice Campbell. Brad, I got my work permit 5 months ago. How long do I have to wait for my interview date?
I assume you filed an adjustment. Adjustments are 12 to 24 months out right now.
Stacy Ann Hodge said, I'm asking for a family member, not a friend. Her mom...
It's a difference.
It's a difference. My family member's mom is about to arrive in the States after her green card was approved. The mother adopted a child almost 2 years ago, and the anniversary of the adoption is in December of this year. Can she send in the filing documents for her as soon as she arrives? So as soon as mom arrives, can she file for her adopted child? Or does she have to wait for the priority date, which is after December? The mom is coming up this Sunday.
I am so confused. Say it again.
So
I was reading Denisha's comment that she wants to marry a lawyer. After that, I couldn't listen any longer.
Oh, I'm sure you couldn't. I'm sure you couldn't. So basically, the situation is that mom got a green card through the daughter, but mom has since adopted another child in her home country, and in December, it's going to mark 2 years since she's adopted that child.
Well, this is the problem.
Okay.
Unless the person lived with mom, this kid lived with mom for 2 years before or after the adoption, mom can never get her here.
Okay, so mom is coming up on Sunday.
Did mom live with this child for 2 years is the question. I don't know. You have to, when you do an adoption, and it's a non-orphan adoption, you have to prove that you did the adoption before 16, you lived with this child for 2 years, and you have been the custodial legal guardian for 2 years.
And if she meets all those requirements...
I don't know in this, yes, then she can.
She can file. Perfect.
Yes.
All right, we have our next one from Geraldine Medina. Will my husband be able to come back after getting deported in 2014 after being admissible for 10 years? His deportation
He's inadmissible for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Inadmissible.
What did I say?
Admissible.
I thought I said inadmissible.
It's okay.
Oh, okay, my bad. His deportation cause has to do with drugs.
If it's drugs, you're never coming back.
At least legally.
Ahmed Memo said, I want to move. How can I change the address with immigration?
AR-11.
All right, Carol Burrell says, I have a question. If your spouse overstayed their visa married to a resident, you said a provisional waiver is needed and the person has to go home and come back. Do they return after the case is approved, or do they go home, wait a little time, and just return? And if you're a resident, are they able to adjust your spouse's status if they do not return home? I'm kind of confused with all of that.
When you do a provisional waiver, you stay here in the United States. You do your provisional waiver. You don't go home until you get your visa appointment. You have the provisional waiver in your hand. You go home for your visa appointment. You're back in 2 or 3 weeks. That's how it works. No, you cannot adjust your status here. Next.
Sandra.
By the way, where are we at with sharing? We forgot to remind people that we only have about 25 minutes or 30 minutes to go to reach 1,000 shares for a free consultation, which we will pull out of the machine today.
Listen, we're getting close. We're at 498, Brad. We're at 500.
We're at 500
we're halfway
shares.
there.
We need another 500 shares for a free consultation. Do you think we're going to be able to do it?
I think they can.
You think they can?
I think they can.
I think I
definitely
can.
think you guys can.
I think I can. What do you think?
You got this.
I think you guys can. I definitely think you guys can do this. You did it with ease yesterday. So
Exactly.
if everybody shares right now 2 times to 2 different people, I guarantee you guys, you will make it.
All right, so what do we got?
We got one from Tanya Bartley, who said, hey everyone, my cousin was sent back from the airport because she was traveling on someone else's passport. Can she get a visa to visit the U.S.? And if so, would she need waivers?
You need a waiver. She got deported at the airport. It's extraordinarily unlikely that she would get a waiver to get a visitor's visa to come now.
All right, we have one from Shantae. I'm currently using your immigration service. I came to the U.S. on a J-1 visa, but got married in Jamaica to a U.S. citizen. I'm currently waiting on my attorney, who has requested an advisory opinion to see if I'm subjected to the 2-year home residency rule. What are the other steps that will be taken to file for my green card? Is there any other way that my waiver might be denied?
She's obviously filing for a waiver of the 2-year home residence requirement, is my guess.
Right.
So if she has an issue with her particular case, which I don't know off the top of my head what her case is or where we're at, let her come in and meet with me personally.
Sandra Davis wants to know, my cousin wants to know if your sister files for you, if your wait time is gonna be very long. So what's the wait time for a sister filing for you? That big. It doesn't even fit in the screen.
Doesn't even fit in the screen. Like 15 years.
Yikes. All right, I have one from Charito. Hello, I'm a green card holder here in Hawaii. My husband petitioned me from the Philippines. Just came here last March this year, 2018. How long before I get my son who's 30 and daughter who's 26? Please reply.
You're going to file visa petitions for them. It's going to be 6-7 years.
Lady Leah on YouTube said, my friend has her 3 kids back in Jamaica and her U.S. citizen husband is filing for them and they're aged 15 to 8. Will they need any info from their biological father?
No.
Natalie Gibbs, hey sir, my fiance is living in the U.S. as a green card holder. I have a visitor's visa. We plan on getting married next year in February. Is there any way I can stay longer and work in the U.S. while my papers are being processed?
Not unless he becomes a citizen.
Exo Cavella said, if someone is living in Florida, could they get an affidavit of support from someone working and living in New York?
Yes.
Brad, can you write me an affidavit of support?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna say, whoa, pretty bold there.
That's funny.
Ricci, hey, I filed my son's petition when I was a green card holder a year after I got my U.S. citizenship. Is it an advantage now that I'm a citizen? Thank you so much.
What is she trying to do?
Filed her son's petition when she was a green card holder. Now she is a citizen.
Well, if the son's under 21, it's an advantage. If over 21, it's maybe only a couple months. So, our executive producer.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with her?
Oh, I'm quite familiar.
Yes, Jillybean.
My favorite.
I know her as Hasselhoff Lover, but that's...
I know her as Jill Shabazz.
As Jill Shabazz. I know her as Jillybean. She went with Patrice to cover the Vendee Awards. Now, you know what the Vendee Awards are?
What are they, Brad?
They feature some of the best food vendors from New York competing for the ultimate award of the best food cart vendor in New York City. Woo! And it was on Governor's Island. It's called the Vendee Awards. If you are selling hot dogs on the street, this is the Academy Awards for the hot dog vendor. Okay? So let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Jillybean. Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias are elsewhere on assignment, so I'm here today on Governor's Island in New York City covering the 14th annual Vendee Awards Showdown. The Vendee Awards is the first street food competition. Each year, thousands of people purchase tickets to attend this event. The winner is decided by attendees as well as a panel of judges that comprise chefs and city officials. The Vendee Awards celebrates the 25 best food vendors in the city with unlimited food and drink for all attending. Proceeds of the event go to the Street Vendor Project, which is a nonprofit organization that protects street vendors' rights. Today is all about a celebration of the amazing, hardworking people who bring us delicious food on the streets of the city every day. As you can see, there are tons of people here who are ready to eat, so let's go check out who's here. I'm here with Mo from Nonsense, Afghan comfort food. Is this your first time at the Vendee event?
It is our first time here, nominated for the best rookie categories.
How long have you been in business?
6 months.
Is your background Afghan?
I was born and raised here, but yeah, background is Afghan.
Both your parents
Both
are?
My parents are from Afghanistan. They immigrated here back in the 80s during like the whole Soviet invasion with Afghanistan. They were refugees and, you know, they first came to Arizona and they ended up here in New York.
What would you like to explain to people about the Afghan culture that perhaps they don't understand?
We have some really tasty food, spiced to perfection. We're told to bring like up to 1,000 portions and we bought way more than that and we just don't have any more left. These are my mom's recipes and you know, it's clearly being received well by the public, and you know that's making her happy, and you know that's all that matters, and just want to keep that going.
Well, explain to people if they don't know what naan is.
Well, a lot of people think naan is bread. It is bread, but in Farsi, it could also mean food. That's where we came up with the name, and the eyes in Farsi is naan. So taste is one of your senses, one of the 5 senses.
Tell us a little bit about some of your most popular dishes.
The most popular is the mantu. It's beef and onion dumplings that are steamed with a split pea korma. Korma is something that you put into a tomato and onion base. So it could be a split pea, it could be potatoes, beef, whatever it is. It soaks up and simmers in all those juices and spices. Garlic yogurt, dry mint, and cilantro. People were lining up. I wish you could have some.
I am here with Eden, whose food truck is called Makina, and they serve Ethiopian and Eritrean food. So, Jonathan.
Salam, yes.
Is this your first time at the Vendees?
This is definitely the first time. We are nominated for Rookie of the Year. That means that we're fairly new. We're about a year and 1 month old.
If you would tell us first about the type of food you sell out of your truck.
We're the first Ethiopian Eritrean food truck in New York City. So we serve dishes that are both represented in both countries. So we have our flatbread, which is called injera. We serve that with dips. It's just a type of way of cooking, which is served both in Ethiopia and Eritrea. And then we offer tons and tons of vegetable options.
If you would, can you tell us your immigration story?
My family and I came to the States when I was a teenager. I'm Eritrean, so are my parents. My sister and I were born in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa. We grew up there. So in 1998, a war broke out between the two countries, and both governments were deporting people from each other's countries. We were affected by that and we got deported. My mother was here in America visiting, just coincidence, and she was refused return back to Ethiopia. So she actually had to apply for an asylum from U.S. government. My family and I were separated from my mother for a little over a year and a half. Finally, we were granted asylum and we were able to reunite my mother here in America. So ever since then, we've been here. We went to high school here, went to college here, started a business here.
So in the news, it looks like Ethiopia and Eritrea may be coming to terms with one another.
It's a wonderful thing both for Eritrea, both for Ethiopia, but especially for people of Eritreans and Ethiopians. As a result of the peace, I'm going to make my first trip to Eritrea in December. So I'm very much so looking forward to it. We're going to go back visit after 20 years.
Can you tell me what is in your hand? It's looking delicious.
So what I have in my hand is the last one we have left. Everyone's been eating it, loving it. We have our base, which is injera, which is our sourdough flatbread. That's what we eat traditionally. Where other countries have rice or they have bread, we have injera. And we're the only ones that have that. So we're very proud of that. And then we throw in some chicken tips. This dish particularly is made with beef or lamb in our country, but chicken is so known. A lot of people love chicken. So we just kind of got creative with the recipe and created the chicken one, and it really is our best seller. And then we have spicy red lentils tucked in under the chicken, and then the cabbage, carrots, and potatoes. Mix all of that together and you throw in a little bit of sauce.
Tell us about the coffee bar behind you, please.
I mean, we are beyond proud about our coffee. Ethiopia is a birthplace of coffee. There's always a mother or a grandmother and auntie that wakes up early in the morning, take the green beans, the coffee, roast it, and then you grind it and brew it so it comes in small espresso cups. And we grew up drinking that. It is part of our culture. It's part of who we are. We were demonstrating the roasting of the coffee. People were loving it. We just finished our coffee ceremony session. So everyone is a little bit more energetic now.
I am here with Judy and Keith, and they are the owners of Cause Spanish, and they have a really cool story of how their business started.
We actually got started because we got engaged to be married. And while we were in that process, we were looking for caterers who did the type of food that we like. You know, I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, and he's from Trinidad. So we wanted that fusion. We couldn't find it, so we decided to stay up all night the day before the wedding and do it ourselves.
That was in 2015.
What award are you up for today?
Best market.
Yes.
Tell us what kind of food you guys cook.
We had the curry goat, the codfish cakes, the lime cilantro slaw, and the rice and beans.
Fusion of Trinidadian food and Spanish food.
Are there more similarities or differences between the two?
Definitely more similarities. It's all the same food with different names.
Different techniques of how to cook it. We're Spanish cuisine with a Trini twist.
And your family members, are they just over the moon with what you've created?
Everybody is honored. You know, my mom loves that we have her mac bites.
The pernil is delicious, and I definitely got that from my mother. So yes.
Tell us when your family came over from the island to America, and then certainly Keith, your family story.
My mom actually came to New York when she was about 19. Her mom actually lived in Puerto Rico up until she passed away.
I've talked to many a Puerto Rican who says, you know, when they come from the island to the mainland, certainly it kind of feels like immigration in a way because it's different.
It does, because they don't treat us like we are U.S. citizens, and we are. And they definitely did that to my mom as well. They treated her like she was coming from somewhere else, and it's like we're all United States citizens.
When my great-grandparents came here from Trinidad, or the British West Indies as it was called, in the early 1900s, they moved straight to Harlem in the tenement. My mom was a reserve in the Army and met my dad, who's an American. They had me here in 1985, one of 5 boys. I'm a proud third-generation Trinidadian American.
I'm here with MD Alam and Hiri Alam. They are the owners of the Royal Grill Halal food truck. What are you nominated for today?
We hope we win the cup. That's about the goal.
Tell us, where are you from?
Bangladesh. I come 1998. I come from here, the tourist visa, student visa, and I go school here. Plus, I do working as a restaurant management. I work 9 years in the manager. Then we quit the job we save some money, and husband and wife together, we open this own business, 2005.
What makes Bangladeshi food so different and special?
Bangladeshi food has all masala, spice, and all ingredient. Mostly time we go back home and we bring the dalchini, masala, green leaf, every single thing masala from this back home, and we do for here.
So you cannot find your ingredients here in America?
No, we do our own. We have a special dish, tikka masala, and another one is combo over rice.
This is all traditional Bangladeshi food, but with your own twist.
One twist. And we're learning for our parents. They teach us how to cook our culture food.
I'm here with Annie Yee, who is the owner of Hometown Spring Pancakes. So is this your first year at the Vendee Awards?
Yes.
And what have you been nominated for?
The best market.
Tell us a little bit about your Hometown Spring Pancakes and how it came about.
So this is what we eat from my homeland, Wenzhou, China. Like kids, they don't like vegetables. But, like for the pancakes, I have a lot of vegetables and everything in there. But then end up my kids love it. And then so I decided, to start this.
What are in the pancake?
Okay, we have bean sprouts, also like ground pork, eggs, and cabbages. Now we also make it with the Peking duck.
When did you come over to America?
The year 1989. It's like my whole family is here. From my grandparents down, it's like, U.S. is my country. It's like, I don't know nothing really about China right now.
This is not your first food truck business, correct? Because I see your hat, Sibao.
Yeah, Sibao is actually Asian buns. My husband, he is a chef from Hong Kong. So I was always like to eat the buns, the Asian buns. So then he decided to start the bun business.
So your husband started the bun business and now you started the pancake business.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. This is delicious. It has these lovely vegetables in it and the Peking duck, and it is awesome.
We've got 5 different categories to get up here on stage. Winner of Best Dessert for the 2018 Vendee is Bananas! Thank you so much. Best Market Vendor, the Abruzzo NYC! Best Breakfast Vendor, Mama Joe's! Rookie of the Year, Nonsense! Choice Award 2018, Burmese Bites. 2018 Vendee Cup winner is Royal Hello.
Brad Squad, what an incredible day here at the 2018 Vendee Awards. Congratulations to all of the nominees and of course to all of the winners. We met people with all different types of backgrounds and cultures. I highly recommend everyone try to make it out next year for the 2019 Vendee Awards. I promise you, you won't regret it. Thanks so much. I'm going to head back to the studio. See you soon.
That looked a lot of fun. It reminds me that, you really can't even eat on the streets of New York without buying food from an immigrant.
Absolutely.
I mean, probably 9 out of 10 of these carts are immigrants.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And the winner was somebody who couldn't even get the ingredients here in the States.
That's right.
They have to go home.
That's right. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, right now, Marge Higgs is reporting 625 shares.
Oof.
All right. That means we are 375 shares away from a free consultation. We will pull it out of our machine that is sitting next to Yo-Yo right now at the end of the show. So we're not going to wait till tomorrow.
Nope.
We're going to do it right now at the end of the show and give one more free consultation out, but only if we get to 1,000 shares. We have 20 minutes or thereabouts to do it.
So everybody who's just kind of been lingering in the stands, not
Now's
sharing,
the time to do it.
Now's the time to do it.
bust out those skills.
Bust out your thumbs. Bust them out.
Do a double thumb.
You don't even need to do it. If everybody just shared 3 or 4 times.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Let's go to Sophia in Atlanta, Georgia. Sophia.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you?
I just want to get to know my option here. I'm a permanent resident, and I just finished 1 year, but I have a misdemeanor, so I just want to know what my options are right now.
You have a misdemeanor for what?
Theft.
In New York?
No.
Georgia?
Atlanta. Yeah.
All right. This happened between the time that you got your green card and now, or this happened prior to you getting your green card?
Between the time I got it and now.
Okay. Now, you said you have this offense, or you already pled guilty to something?
Right now I was served a citation, so I have court to go.
But you have not pled guilty to anything yet.
Not the person that it happened in a store, and it was like a.
Okay, you don't need to go through all the facts. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
Whoever this is, whether it's you or somebody else, nobody said, I'm guilty, I'll take my punishment. No one's walked in and taken a guilty plea yet, correct?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. All right, so you or this person, whoever you're talking about, needs to speak to a good immigration lawyer, and before the judge says and your attorney says, plead guilty, what has to happen is you have to say, I'm not pleading guilty, I'm not doing anything until I speak to an immigration lawyer and understand the consequences. I don't know Georgia Penal Code off the top of my head, so I can't tell you, if theft, misdemeanor theft is more serious or not for immigration. I can tell you that in New York, a theft offense, first time, a misdemeanor, as long as you don't have any jail time, is considered a petty offense. I don't know about Georgia because I don't know the penal code off the top of my head, but we can certainly look it up. All right, so hold on 1 second, all right? Let's go to Anne Marie in the Bronx.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I put my papers in June of this year.
Right.
And I did the fingerprint in July. Okay. However, now I got an email said they are in the process of preparing an interview, but I haven't got the work permit as yet.
Right.
So I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's kind of like a poorly written letter. When they say we're in the process of, you're ready for your interview, that doesn't mean you're getting your interview in 2 weeks. You may not get your interview for a year and change from now. They're just saying that we have your fingerprints done. We're in the process of, reviewing them, and all your documents are in order. But that doesn't mean you're getting an interview tomorrow. It means you're getting an interview maybe in a year from now. You're going to get your work permit if you put your papers in April, you said?
June.
June, July, August, September. By the end of October and November, you should have your work permit. But you're not going to get an interview.
Okay.
But you won't get an interview until next year.
Okay.
All right?
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Welcome. All right, so Marge Higgs says she's reporting 667 shares. We are 669. Groundhog is reporting.
Yep.
We are 330 shares away from pulling out of the hat somebody, not a hat.
The
Not a drum. The machine. Pulling out from the machine. There it is. Round and round it goes. Pulling out from the machine. One more name. We've given away how many free consultations so far? Three. We will give away a fourth one today.
That's $600 worth.
All right. Yeah. It is a sprint to 1,000 shares, as Beverly Thompson says.
That's right. 672.
A sprint to 1,000. Do not pull out any names prior.
No.
Wait, you have two more over there that fell out.
Yeah,
you cannot play with the machine until we're ready, Jonathan.
I'm just so excited.
I know.
This is what happens.
I know. Elsa Losley's back in the
All right,
running.
no, wait, put that one back in. There's one over there.
Oh, okay.
There's one over there.
Yep.
There's one over there on the right.
That's
one
Elsa.
That's one already.
Oh.
Okay,
I just
fine.
want to see who would have won.
All right, nope. You can't. Who would have won? Somebody would have won. But we have to get to 1,000 shares. So we're going to do something. We have today, since it's Thursday, and they have something called on the internet Throwback Thursday.
Hashtag TBT.
Hashtag TBT. Hashtag
TBT.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah. Right.
All
That
right.
is what TBT is.
This is one of the first things we ever aired.
Yeah.
When we were the Brad and Squeeze show, actually.
Yeah.
This is one of the first things we ever aired when we went live in our studio. And it was right around the time when Donald Trump decided that he's going to start reviewing everybody's social media handles prior to applying for visa appointments and even possibly coming into the United States of America. And I did a segment called Social Media Do's and Don'ts. Let's watch. So we're here today about too much information that you're giving on social media, too much information that you're posting about yourself, too much information that you're posting about your loved ones that could come back and haunt you if you want to enter the United States, if you want to work in the United States, if you want to get a green card in the United States, and ultimately become a citizen of the United States. The U.S. government is going to be looking at your social media. It's going to be looking at the social media of your friends and family. So remember, too much information is going to hurt you. Too little information can never hurt you. You know, I have here on this card, they give me these fancy cards here, so I'm told by the producers I got to read it, that the Department of Homeland Security recently amended the Federal Register. The Federal Register, by the way, is the book where they post changes and regulations. And on October 18th, which is 2 days from today, it's going to be collecting the social media information of not only anyone who is trying to get a visa or U.S. residency, but even those who are already naturalized U.S. citizens. Aliases, photos, and likes, things that you like, things that you comment on, are going to be collected and stored in your permanent immigration file. And when it's time for you to enter the United States, or when it's time for you to apply for a green card, or when it's time for you to apply for a visa, this information is going to come back and possibly haunt you. Now, the Department of Homeland Security says this is nothing new. They've been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is enshrined into law, into regulations by none other than that orange guy in the White House, Donald Trump. So here's a couple of don'ts that you shouldn't be doing. Things that you should not be doing. Number one thing, don't post that you're coming to look for work here in the United States if you're coming on a visitor's visa or on a student visa, or you're applying for a visa, that you're looking for work, or you go on LinkedIn and say, I'm looking for a job in America, or make a comment on your friend's post, hey, I'm coming to America, you know anyone looking for a job, or anyone who's looking to hire me in a job? Don't post any of that stuff. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be doing it anyway, but second of all, that's going to come back and haunt you. Do not post about a new job. The same thing. Don't start posting, hey, Sam, guess what? I just got a job in this restaurant. I'm coming to America next week. Come check me out in my new restaurant. Don't post that unless you're coming with a green card, because it is unlikely that you have any work visa to work in a restaurant, and guess what? You're going to be flagged, because the Department of Homeland Security is looking at your likes, they're looking at your comments, they're looking at what you're saying on social media. Do not post questions on how to set up a U.S. company. You can't come to the United States on a visitor's visa with a U.S. company already set up. You can't do it. You can't come on a student visa. There's something called E-visas and L-visas that need to happen for you to enter the United States before you set up a company and start coming to America as an investor. One of the dumbest things you can do on social media is start asking friends and family for immigration lawyers. Because if you're going to make an entry into the United States, this is just for people who are traveling now. Okay, people who are traveling. If you're going to come to the United States on a visitor's visa, and somewhere in your permanent immigration file is a request that I need to find a lawyer so I can get a green card, and you're coming on a visitor's visa, guess what? That's fraud. It shows your intention to be getting a green card when you're entering the United States, when you're coming as a visitor or even as a student. So don't do it. Do not ask questions about how do I get a green card within your first 90 days of entering America. You cannot have the intention of getting married within your first 90 days of entering America. If you start questioning on social media, hey, Sam, how do I get married? I just got here last week. Those things are going to be flagged and picked up by the Department of Homeland Security, and it's going to come back and haunt you when you apply for your green card. And most importantly, Do not friend strangers. And this has to do with, you always tell your kids don't befriend strangers because you don't know who they are. Well, guess what? You don't know who they are as adults either. And if you befriend a stranger who is a security risk to the United States, whether they have some involvement in terrorism or some involvement in the drug trade or trafficking of humans or whatever other bad things that they may or may not be doing, and you are a friend, guess what? You're now associated with this person, and you are now on a government watch list also. So be very careful who you're befriending and who you're discussing with and who you're talking to on social media. Do not, here's a good one from the producer. From our producer, which is a good one because I gave them my whole list here. Do not post photographs. If you're doing a marriage, don't post photographs with you in the lap of somebody else other than your spouse. Now, it could be absolutely innocent. They could be good friends of yours. It could be that your best friend is somebody with the opposite sex. It doesn't mean that you're not in a real bona fide marriage with your spouse, because that photograph is just a second in time, a snapshot of something that is obviously much bigger and greater. But the Department of Homeland Security is going to say, aha, this woman or this man is in the lap of somebody else or has his or her arm around somebody else. And guess what? They're going to start questioning the validity of your marriage. So the moral of all of this is two. Everything that you post on social media is being used by the Department of Homeland Security to catch you in a fraud, to catch you in a misrepresentation, to catch you being associated with somebody that you may or may not or shouldn't be associated with, even if you don't even know who they are, because a lot of times people just befriend strangers on the internet. So please be very careful and remember, the internet is forever. Once you say something or do something on the internet, even if you delete it, it's there forever. Be very careful. And don't think, by the way, that if you have privacy things on your internet, on Facebook, well, only my friends can see this, or only I can see this. It's not a public picture. Guess what? The U.S. government can see it anyway. So be very careful and stop giving out too much information. So that was 1 year and 2 days ago.
Wow.
The information is still accurate.
Yes,
we shouldn't be doing any of that. But it's very funny that two things out of that we got. Number one, if anybody was listening very, very intently, you would have heard me say somewhere in the middle, let's say your friend Sam.
Yeah.
And I always, in the beginning when we started this, I always used Sam as, and that was probably the first time I used Sam as a reference.
Oh.
And thus the name Groundhog Sam. You see where it came from.
Was this a coincidence or?
No, it was Groundhog Sam was named because I always use the example
Look
Sam and Sally.
Exactly.
You know, if
It
Groundhog
wasn't
Sam,
Groundhog Sam's mother that named him?
No. I
Groundhog
named him.
Nana had nothing to do with it.
Groundhog Nana had nothing to do with that?
Groundhog Sam came to us with no name. And we had to name him. It's like getting a puppy at the store. It comes with no name. Comes with no name.
Ooh,
okay.
You guys are close.
What do we close? By the way, we have 4 minutes to go in our show.
Just 103 more.
We have four. Do you think they could do 103?
97.
You think they could do 103
in 4 minutes?
In 4 minutes,
absolutely. Everybody that's watching right now, share once.
We have 4 minutes to go in our show.
Yep.
And we have to get to.
Oh, they're definitely going to get it.
Nah, I don't think so.
They're
not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to do it.
So let's ask a couple questions.
We'll ask some immigration questions, but you have 3 minutes.
You guys have to do this because I'm
to get
trying
out,
to stall
and
for
we're
y'all.
going to pull the machine out.
I'm stalling for you guys.
Don't stall. They got 3 minutes.
No.
We're shutting off the cameras.
He doesn't want to give anymore, but we got to get you guys.
We are shutting off the cameras in 3 minutes.
9:32.
All right, so I want to ask you a question.
No, you're not going to win.
All right.
I'm tired of giving out free consultations.
Big ship sailing on the ocean from YouTube.
This is the guy?
No.
Big ship sailing on an ocean?
Yes. How long can a B1, B2 visitor stay in America?
6 months, big ship.
Cordella said, Brad, what about a green card holder and the husband is filing for his wife and the wife wants to start a business? Could they get in trouble?
I think we answered this. You can't start a business within 90 days of coming as a visitor. So Groundhog Sam says we're 972. Is that true or not true?
You guys, it's true, Brad. It's true.
It's true.
985.
All right, let's take
They
one
got
more
it.
question. No, they don't have it. They got 2 minutes to go in our show.
All right, another question.
Yeah, they got 2 minutes to go in our show.
All right. Did you ask this one or no?
I didn't.
Okay, Carol. So will they give a work permit to a spouse of a resident if the I-130 is approved and they overstayed their visa?
No, you have to be a citizen. It is now 7:29. They got 1 minute.
1,000
You did it!
Yes, family.
Y'all are killing
Wow.
2 days in a row.
Wow, the last
Days in a
5
row.
minutes they came in with 300 shares.
I knew it.
All right, let's pull out the machine.
Hey,
Let's
the
pull out the
machine
machine.
Yeah.
Wow, great job, guys. Wait, you
I
gotta
knew
wear
they
your
could
hat.
do
You
it.
gotta wear the hat.
Yeah, the hat, it doesn't count if the hat
Right,
isn't
my bad.
being worn.
Yeah, you gotta wear the
And then
hat.
I'll pass it to you guys to read it.
Oh. Oh, you guys.
We should have like sexy music.
Congratulations. We don't have any music for this.
Yeah.
We should be playing our music, actually.
Why are you doing it so sensually?
Because I'm playing
Because
music
it's
in my head.
7:30.
Okay.
It's 7:30.
So that means
There we go. Now we got the music
we're
going.
being sensual.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready?
All right, now we got it now.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
There we
All
go.
right, here we go.
I don't know, but why we only have like a 10-second rift?
A rift.
Is we only getting hearing a rift?
A little
That's-
rift.
All right, let me pass it along.
Okay, Brad. Brad's got it in his.
This guy doesn't need a consultation.
It's transferable, if you remember.
Here, I got.
No, I got
do
it.
another one?
Well, I know he's a born American citizen, but he could transfer it.
No way.
But he could transfer it to somebody if he
No
wants.
way.
That's not who you think
It's not.
it is.
It's not.
It's Michael English.
Oh!
Michael English won the last consultation. But hopefully, if we could speak to Michael, Jill, does he have somebody that he knows to transfer this to? He will have somebody. Congratulations. Congratulations, Michael English.
That's amazing.
All right, but you
That's
know what? We're going to
absolutely
be back next week.
Y'all better hit up Michael English too.
Yeah,
Hit
by
him
the
up.
way, hit him up because I know he doesn't need it, but he's going to give it to somebody.
See, this is actually good for
And
you
by
guys.
the way, you guys are all friends with him. If you're in the Brad Squad, you're all friends with him. So I would hit him up and say, "Hey, Michael, give it to me. Give it to me."
Look,
Give it to
everybody's already commenting. Can I have it, please? This is actually great for you guys.
You
Y'all
gotta
better
speak to
hit him up
Michael.
in this
Hit him up in the
inbox.
Brad Squad.
Slide up in Michael English's
That's right.
DMs. So sorry, Michael. He's gonna have 1,000 messages
Yes,
in the
exactly,
morning.
exactly. But great, as Lisa Blingrose says, great job, squad. We
Yes.
killing it, and you are
Yes.
amazing,
Big
amazing
round of
job.
applause.
And it's my greatest pleasure in the world. My greatest pleasure in the world to give out the free consultations. So we're going to be giving out 4 free consultations next week,
Woo!
either by phone or in person. And
That's right.
and you just got to slide into Kim's DM.
Slide into these DMs right here.
All right, we have so programming though. Tomorrow there's no show.
Yep.
We're going to do pop up on YouTube only, sometime between 12 and 1 o'clock. So make sure if you aren't subscribing to YouTube that you do so now and watch our pop up show, which will come on for about 30 minutes. We'll be back live on Monday for a full new Brad Show live at 5:30. And with that, Belgium Kim.
Yes.
Comments of the day.
We got a few, Brad. Our very first one is Jeff Bosey, who's got a hot tip for Canada. So are they going to take away the maple and add the pot leaf to their flag?
That's funny.
They might.
I like that one. That's a good
It's
one.
not a stretch,
Yeah,
honestly.
all right. He's testing out new material for
We've got another question from Dan Roy, who said, I'm listening to my favorite show all the way from St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
All right.
Damn,
Way to
Dan.
go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We've got another one from Asset Lindo, who said exactly what was on my mind, Brad.
What?
Jill is doing an awesome job. She needs to be in the field more often.
I agree with that too.
Yes.
I agree with that too.
We've got one from Diana Love. Diana Love takes sharing very seriously, Brad. Very seriously. She said, trains are pulling up in the station, and I'm just sitting here sharing and letting them go on their way.
All right, Diana Love. I like that
real
one too.
That's the real one. And then finally, we have one from Felipe Sadio, who said, thanks for all your advice. They approved my green card yesterday in Philly. Thanks again, guys. God bless you all. Merci
I'm going to
beaucoup.
tell you something. A lot of people do their cases on their own just by watching the show.
Right.
Listen, merci beaucoup et que le Seigneur vous bénisse. Thank you very much and may God bless you.
I thought you said I hit you over the head with a baguette.
Same thing.
Right? How do you say I hit you over the head with a baguette?
Je te knock sur la tête avec une baguette.
Now I said angry. I hit you over the head with a baguette.
Je te knock sur la tête avec une baguette.
There we go. We'll see you all tomorrow. Well, no, we'll see you on a pop-up tomorrow, live on Monday. Please make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Bradshaw Live, on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Pop-up tomorrow on YouTube only, not Facebook, between 12 and 1. Monday, full live 2-hour show on Facebook and YouTube starting 5:30. See you tomorrow on YouTube if you're around when we pop up. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?